Alpha.
Hi guys, this is Jen from Mike's Camera. We are so lucky today. We have the amazing Brandon Burt here today, and he's gonna tell us all about the new FX2 from Sony.
This guy right here. This is an incredible camera, and I'm so excited to talk about it with you.
Go ahead, tell us all about it, Brandon.
So, this is the Sony FX2. It is a new addition to our Sony Cinema line. It has a few unique features to it that help it kind of slot between the Sony FX30 and the Sony FX3, along with some brand new features that neither of those cameras have. The quick rundown would be this really cool tiltable viewfinder that you see right here. This is new to the Sony Cinema line, allows for people recording to shoot at a bunch of different angles while still being able to block out any light and really see exactly what they're capturing in pretty much any situation. It is a really beneficial feature, not only just for the video aspect, which of course this camera is fantastic for, it's a cinema camera, but also this camera is really appealing to people that are looking for a cinema camera that's also competent with stills. This is a 33 megapixel full frame sensor inside of this guy, which is the largest resolution we've ever put into a cinema camera. And that makes it excellent for video while also making it excellent for still shooters as well.
That's awesome. I really like that little eyepiece that you were showing.
Yeah.
So people can get like really fancy.
And it's really robust. It's got a nice click to it. And it's really, really big in there too. It's like a movie theater in here.
That's awesome. And I know it's available at our stores currently. What is this camera going for, price-wise?
This camera at the moment is running $2,700 for the body, which puts it at the FX30's price point, which is about $2,000 currently, and the FX3, which is about $4,000 currently. And that is an excellent price point for something that's this capable.
Cool. So who do you think this camera would appeal to? Because at the FX, we have the FX3 and the FX30, so this one's more in the middle, correct?
So, I've had the opportunity to demo this camera quite a bit now. I've done 2 demos at Mike's Camera in the California region. The 2 main people that are really looking into this are people that already have something like the FX30 or the FX3 and are looking for a secondary camera, whether that's upgrading from the FX30 or looking for a less expensive alternative to a B camera for their FX3s. Really cool thing about this camera is it does feature the same color science as the rest of our Sony Cinema lineup, so whether you have an FX30 or an FX3, FX6 even, you're going to be able to match the colors to this camera here at a lower price point, which is really attractive. The other person, which I think is a bit more interesting, is, I'll call out one particular person without saying their name, of course. She has an A7 IV, and she's doing pro photography for weddings specifically and different events. And she's looking for something because her clients are asking for more video, whether that be vertical stuff that they can post online or just long form stuff like capturing their wedding ceremony so they can go back and revisit it in the future, right? That's extra value you can add as a wedding videographer to say, hey, and while I'm shooting your wedding, I can throw up a camera and we can capture your wedding ceremony in high quality cinema style, right? So she was looking at something like the FX3 for that, but then this came out. And she was really attracted to this because it still has the same cooling system that attracted her to the FX3, the same full frame size sensor as well. So she doesn't have to worry about low light. She doesn't have to worry about cameras overheating during the ceremony, which is a big bummer. And the 33 megapixel sensor inside of here is very similar to her A7 IVs that she uses. And she's looking to hire B shooters or second shooters. So when this camera's up shooting the wedding ceremony, she'll be shooting the wedding. This camera's recording it. Good setup right there, right? You got a good microphone on there, maybe hooked up into the house setup, right? You're going to be able to catch that whole ceremony. And then when the ceremony's over and it's time for the reception, you pull it off that tripod, you hand it off to your second shooter, and now you have a second competent full frame camera to shoot stills with. Really, really cool option for someone looking for something really, really versatile that doesn't need 2 bodies. Because then she would need something, if she needed those 33 megapixels for the stills, she would need to get another A7 IV and something like an FX3. Now she can do it with one body. So those are kind of people that are looking into something like this. People looking for a great hybrid option. Another one would be like location scouting for video. Another really cool feature about this is you can shoot images with all the color profiles of cinema. So you can shoot pictures in S-Cinetone. You can also input your own custom LUTs, and you can shoot pictures with those too. You can shoot an S-Log images at 33 megapixel. So when you're location scouting and you're looking for how these locations are going to look, you can go out and just take these stills with this in that same color science.
So I didn't even know that. I didn't even think that. Like people could use that to capture pictures or stills, but it's more focused on video, I guess, right? But
that would be the primary focus of a cinema line camera, but adding this viewfinder to it really makes it great for stills as well.
Good to know. So can you tell me what can people expect from the FX2 if they have the FX30 and they just want to upgrade a little?
So going from FX30, which is a fantastic cinema camera, if you're okay shooting with a APS-C crop sensor, which most people are, it's a fantastic camera. This one is going to give you better low light performance going up to that full frame sensor. You have dual native ISO on here, which is a feature supported on the FX30 as well as the FX3. The FX30 is going to be 800 and 2500 ISO are your two base ISOs, which means that's the highest ISO you can shoot at while also keeping the cleanest looking video. Because when you start pushing that ISO up, especially with video, it can get noisy pretty quick. 2500 is your ceiling for super clean video on the FX30, which is great. This is 4000, right? That's a big upgrade and a really, really good practical ISO because in low light situations, 4000 ISO is going to get the job done most of the time. This is still not to the level of the Sony FX3, which of course is that next price point up. That is 12,800 ISO. That thing is a monster. I love the FX3. Anyone who's in the industry will tell you that the FX3 is a beast. It's a legendary camera for a reason, but this is definitely a practical option that comes in at a lower price point and gives you that uplift from the FX30.
What is the highest frame rate that we can shoot at with a 4K resolution on this camera?
At 4K resolution, it'll have a Super 35 crop up to 60 frames per second, and it'll shoot full frame at 30 frames per second.
So Brandon, you mentioned new features from the FX2 that the other cameras don't have. What are those features?
So obviously we talked about that EVF. The tiltable EVF is a really, really cool feature for people shooting stills with it as well as shooting video with it. But another really cool feature of this camera is that it's the first Sony cinema camera to feature our AI autofocus chip. So this is going to give you the same high-end autofocus that we put into our A7R5, our Alpha 1, our A9 Mark III. It's in this camera for the first time in a cinema camera. And another really cool feature of that is our dynamic active stabilizer, which is new to the cinema line in this particular model here. So what that is a digital crop enhanced by the AI autofocus chip that provides just incredibly stable video without the use of a gimbal or anything like that. It is a significant crop, but if you take something like our 16mm 1.8 lens and pop it onto here, it's the equivalent of like a 24mm 1.8 that is super stabilized. And it is a killer feature of this camera. It's something you just got to see for yourself. So if you're in California or Colorado, we got a demo event going on, go on in and check that out because it is my favorite feature of this camera. And this is a really fun EVF. So for it to be better than that, it's pretty darn cool.
So if you guys are in California, you guys are extremely lucky because Brandon visits our stores once a month, every single month. We change it up. Sometimes he's in Pleasant Hill, sometimes he's in Dublin, but he goes, all across the board. You can usually catch him at 3 of those locations every single month. So if you guys are in California, please go see Brandon, and he's happy to show you the FX2 and obviously anything else that Sony has going on because they constantly have trade-ins going on or rebates or just all kinds of new stuff, new releases. Like, it's very exciting, everything that they do. So yeah, California, if you're out there. And in Colorado, we also have a guy here, Alex. He's going to be touring our market here as well. So if you guys have questions for our Sony reps, that would be the time to go out and see them and check out the new gear and bring your questions, and they can help answer and point you in the right direction.
We really do love seeing you at our demo events. And Alex Everett in Colorado, he's a fantastic guy. He's new to our team. So please, if you hear about a demo event in Colorado, go see him and tell him Brandon sent you.
But thanks again for joining us here today, Brandon. Thank you for telling us about the FX2. We're excited to have it, and we appreciate your time here today.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me on. Talking about this guy is a pleasure. I love this camera.
Talking to you is our pleasure. All right, you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Bye.